I'm coming to you for the lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia, and Eugene. I'm so excited to be on today. We got some NBA trades. We have to talk the trades, man. And we love this time of the year, man. It's sad because NBA ends, but you get so much insight on the future of the league, right? The
Right.
future of the association with the trades and the draft and all that stuff. And we'll talk draft later in our podcast show. Welcome to our YouTube channel here. We're going to discuss the NBA trades and who got better here. We got some trades to discuss that are very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I guess we'll discuss them. I don't want to say in order, but I guess kind of in order of importance because of the type of players. So, of
I mean,
course,
you don't want to talk about the Indiana Lakers?
man, no. Goodness gracious. No, absolutely. Absolutely not. I'm not. We're not talking any of these trading late picks, any of these picks that were traded for like 2030. You have some teams trading 2030 picks, 2029 picks. We're not going to talk that stuff. We're going to talk the actual players.
Gotcha.
Because we know kind of what's going on here with them, man. And I think we got to start with the Bradley Beal situation, which happened right after we did our last show. So I had to edit it out of our last show here. Just a little behind the scenes there. But, this is interesting to me for a variety of reasons, because it wasn't just the Beal to the Sun situation. It was also CP3 that went. I don't even think he flew out to Washington. I figured he wasn't going to make that trip, but he's now in Golden State. Poole's now going to the Wizards. So it's a lot going on there with that Washington team, right?
Yeah.
Now, Beal to the Suns. This is a situation to me where two things can be true. One of them is, if you're the Suns, if I was the Suns, I do make this trade. Landry Shamet, CP3, some picks, yes.
Yep.
I'm making this trade. At the same time, I don't know if they're better than Denver with this trade. They went in, or came out of the season, I should say, being a little top heavy. You could argue that if Beal was on the Suns during this last playoff run, they have a better run, maybe so. But I think Beal's had some lingering injury issues. I think that's also something that's concerning, because now your three guys have all had injury issues, and it's not like CP3 didn't. So I still make this trade 100%. But I think there's another trade that needs to be made.
Yep.
And that is DeAndre Ayton. It's another trade. You got to fill your team. You need guys, man. You need guys, Eugene. Like, you need bodies out there. Like, I think they got exposed. Their depth got exposed during this last playoff run. And I don't know if Beal just going to the Suns addresses that. So I feel like they're going to have to trade DeAndre and get a few guys back, some bodies you can run out there.
Right.
Get some competent minutes too. And I'm not really aware of all of their financial implications here. Like, I'm not sure how much cap space they got, or I don't know if they have a whole team signed at this point in time. But I do think that, and I used, it's funny, as I was on another sports show, and I used your League Pass team, and they got a kick out of that. I was like, this is, the Suns are a nice League Pass team now. Tell you that. You're going to want to watch those games, man.
Yeah.
Those running around out there. Yes. We want to watch those. Put butts in the seats. Absolutely. Going to put butts in the seats there. Better than Denver? I don't think so right now. I don't think so right now. You're going to need some more guys. You can't have them running the Aaron Gordons of the world, Michael Porter Jr. of the world out there.
Right.
You're going to need somebody. You're going to need some people to deal with that. So I do like this trade, because I feel like it's a good trade for both teams. Washington Wizards have embraced their ticket to rebuild land. Hopefully it's not a one-way ticket.
Right.
Hopefully they'll be back to prosperity here at some point. But they're on the plane to rebuild land, is what they're all aboard type situation, right? Like they're embracing it. I think one of the things that I love about teams that embrace this perspective is they actually believe it. Like, those teams that go in and have two guys, maybe an all-star and a half on their team, and think that they're going to compete with teams that have 2 or 3 all-stars on their team.
Yeah, right.
And depth, it's kind of like you're delusional. Like, you're going to need the bodies. You don't have the bodies to compete. You might as well just embrace the rebuild. You know what I mean? Say, hey, this is going to be a process. We're going to tear this thing down to the studs, build it back up, and we'll be a better team.
Yep.
What are your thoughts there on that trade?
No, I love it. I mean, I know we talked about Portland not going all in when they had the chance. It's just
Oh,
like,
we'll definitely
okay,
discuss them. We'll discuss
yeah, I mean,
Portland in a little bit later here.
right, but I just think it's amazing, and it's good for your fan base too, right? Your fans know, okay, this is it. We're going all into rebuild,
Yes, yes.
and that's it could be fun, and this I know we're gonna talk about players that got back, but they don't have. It's not like they're putting a bunch of just scrub guys out there. They've got a pretty good. They're gonna field a pretty good team. Like it's not gonna be. I don't think it's going to be like bad like San Antonio. But it's not. They could possibly be like the Jazz last year, right? Just surprise you in the beginning, but fade away towards the end. Just they got some good guys back there. But yeah, your point is spot on. Beal, I like it for him because he's never proven to me that he's a number one guy, a number two guy. So he can go in there to that.
He was
number
two when Wall was there, right? And they were
Eh,
they were on a decent little run there.
yeah.
Wall was there.
Yeah, I've just never thought him as like he's always been more of kind of that bottom tier of the two, but closer to year three. So I think if it's nice
Maybe
in there,
30. He has it in him.
He
can
does.
be 30.
He can, but he hasn't looked that way in the last couple of years. But again, it could be like I said, Washington, change the scenery. You're gonna be in Phoenix. Fans are gonna love him. But yeah, they've got to fill out their roster because the scary part is Denver won the championship with you could poke some holes in their roster, right? And they're going to improve their roster. And they're going to be able to, because most guys, who's going to want to go play? Now are you going to want to go play in Phoenix? If you're like that kind of mid-tier rotational guy, or are you going to play in Denver? Hey, all I got to do is cut to the basket and someone's going to throw me the ball. Right. So but I think, and I haven't heard, but I think Ayton's they're going to have to trade him.
I think they should.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are, but
they should.
They should.
They should. Cause you need at least when regular season, it's going to be fine. They're just those three guys. And let's just say they don't trade DeAndre. They're a 50 game. That's a 50
man. Still a fun team to watch, right?
Fun team to watch.
Yes.
But when you get to playoffs, we know you get in at least 6 or 7 guys. You need 7 guys that you can count on. You can get through the season.
Are every night penciled in.
Right.
Nightly, right?
Nightly. Because, when Porter Jr. was off, what did Malone do? Oh, well, I'm just going to throw one of my other guys in there. KCP or Brown or whoever,
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have that luxury. It's those 3 guys, and maybe and DeAndre's not he's not a scrub out there, but it's
no belief in campaign, huh?
No, I would not resign that guy if I'm them.
Campaign man gave me some competent minutes on my fantasy team.
I'm a
fan.
But yeah, that's what they need to do. So they got to fill the roster, and the good thing is there's a ton of free agents out of this. It's not a deep free agent class, but there's a ton of guys out there they can fill out their roster spots with. So
let's hope they have the money to actually do it. What do you think about the CP3 to Golden State? Is kind of a mad move for me because I just don't know. I want where no matter what team CP3 goes to, that's the team I want to win the chip.
Yes.
Of course, my Hawks, who are not going to be competing right now. But of course, I want CP3 to win a chip. I like seeing that style of play be rewarded. He's been good to the game. I want to see the game be good to him.
Yes.
That being said, you have to play the games. Like you have to play.
Mm-hmm.
You have to play. He's been snake bitten postseason. You can't. Yeah. It sucks. Do you bubble wrap him until the second half of the season? What do you do with CP3 there in Golden State?
Come off the bench. He just
really
his career.
Is it time? Is it that time?
I think so, because you don't want him doing, because he kind of does the same thing. Because I know Draymond, he declined the option, but I'll find his point, right? He's going to come back. So
I think he's going to be back. Yeah,
I think he's going to be back too. So and that's the thing. I think he comes out with that second unit. Really? Playing 20 minutes a game.
This will be the first time, right? Because he didn't come off the bench with Phoenix.
Right. But because again, that's where I would want him. And like you said,